We all heard the expression before, a picture's worth 1,000 words, but let's just take and break it in half. A picture's worth, what, 1,000 words. Each time you use a prop up here, you probably save yourself out of 1,000 words. Can you imagine the power of a prop? If you're not into it, why then my suggestion is let's go for it. In terms of time management, you can show a picture or a prop that expresses an idea. You're into time management because you now have more time to use your vocal skills and presentation skills. Let's think about that as time management. Or in terms of just managing the manufacture of your address. Oh, I can use a prop here and I don't have to have all its rhetoric. So do you get the biggest bang for your buck when you're up here? I don't know, but I would like to encourage you to think about, adding a little fuel to the fire through the use of props. Or are you satisfied that you've met the criteria of the manual? Oh, do you go for the criteria, the objectives, and that restricts you to that performance? Try to think outside the box. Powerful means of speech management designed to appeal to your listening and viewing audience. When you're up there, everybody's looking at you. You're the view everybody's taking in. So now, and if you feel a little self-conscious, if you had a proper to take the heat off for a moment. Delivering a fuller message than just speech presentation. Appeal to a different reception. The vocal reception, your hearing reception, or your viewing reception. So the pitch of the prop is, it might be a costume. We've had several members in this club that came costumed for presentations, and they were really great. And it just said something more powerful than any address could do alone. Props are here. Let's take a prop that we're all familiar with, a globe of the world. I didn't bring one because I don't like it. There's one true line on the globe of the world. It's true in its ratio of distance to the true shape of the Earth, and that is the line on the equator. In 1927, that's the year Lindbergh flew across the Atlantic. You all remember that? I don't. And Lindbergh flew across, and Bucky Fuller. How many of you are familiar with Bucky Fuller? R. Buckminster Fuller. He's the only guy I know that has 49 honorary doctoral degrees. Hello? I'd say he's a pretty smart cook. Bucky Fuller came up with a different map of the world. And when Bucky comes up with an idea, they're called Delancey ideas. This is Bucky Fuller's map of the world. If you go down to New York City and take a tour of the waterways, well, you will run across the Statue of Liberty, standing there with a crown on her head. And I'll turn it right side up. We're in South America now. With a crown on her head, and the crown has 7 spikes on it, or 7 spires. Why? Because we believe there are 7 continents. Is that true? 7 seas. We've heard the expression sail the 7 seas. But if you look at Fuller's map, you'll see that there is but one landmass, and a surround with one body of water. Excuse me. People have often wondered how a whale could communicate around the world with sound. The idea is pretty simple when you understand that it is one body of water around the entire world, and the sound used by whales can be heard all around the earth. And if you don't have that hearing range, why then you can't believe that. But that's what's going on. Today we have an interruption of that with the Navy using sonar sound and disrupting whale travel We see a lot of beached whales now. There's dolphins going up, of course, etc. But here's a picture. Here's a picture that changed the management of flight around the world. Here's one picture. One picture has the power to change the ideas. Instead of flying around the world, why don't we fly over the world and shorten the distance? Wow. People didn't have that in their mind. You know, we had the poles and they're sitting there on the globe, and we look around the middle of the thing and get a big impression. Well, we should be looking at the entire Earth, and if you fold this thing up and look, you can have the pole anywhere you want it. And then you can discover that travel around this thing is a lot more simplex than had been embraced for centuries because of sailing vessels set the course. Yes, we didn't have flight. We get locked into that mentality. And this one display just takes and squashes all of them. How powerful is that? I mean, it's taking and just changing our ideas about transporting anything from anywhere to anywhere. That's a hell of a clout. Oh, so comprehensive design changed. We started recognizing where populations of the world were headed. This became so popular when Fuller was at its height that at Andrews Air Force Base, they had a massive map like this, spread out in a hangar, filled the whole hangar. And they placed on this map symbols representing different types of wealth. Where are the oil deposits? Where are the mines for copper? Where are the iron mines? The sources of everything. Where's the heaviest population? And we started to realize that 85% of the people on this earth are north of the equator. We never even thought about that before. This is the power of one prop, carried to an nth degree, spread out for all the senators and representatives who go down and walk around the map and see what's in the world and make decisions based upon a prop. If that doesn't get your attention, I guess nothing will. Mr. Toastmaster.